Hi again, Mark here from TalkingBass.net. This week I'm going to be showing you a couple of little exercises to help with playing some of those 16th note funk lines by guys like Jaco Pastorius and Rocco Prestia. So if you ever listen to any disco or funk bass lines by bands like Tower of Power, you'll have noticed that they use a lot of these 16th note type grooves with a lot of double notes in the bass lines. So instead of an old style bass line like this, you're more likely to get something like this. These repeated notes can be quite hard to get at first because your fingers are doing a lot more work. You need to be able to play them effortlessly at the required tempo because a groove might go on for quite some time, and the more tired that you become, the more impact it's going to have on your timing and feel. A line like the one from Ian Dury's Hit Me With Your Rhythm Stick moves across strings and it can be fairly incessant. Now, if you're playing something like this on stage and the singer decides to suddenly start messing around with the audience, or an instrumental section becomes extended for like 15 minutes, it can be a real hard night if your hands aren't up to it. So I've devised this little exercise to help with your stamina and speed that you might need to keep this kind of groove moving. For this exercise, we're going to take a really simple pattern of notes on the A and D string, and it's roughly in the key of A, okay? So we're going to start on this A here at the 7th fret of the D string, and that's with the 4th finger. And then we're going to move down to the C sharp, the 4th fret on the A string, with the 1st finger. And then from there, it's just a really simple pattern of moving up finger pattern wise of 1st finger, 2nd finger, 3rd finger, 4th finger on the A string, and then we move across onto the D string, and we use 1st finger, 2nd finger, 3rd finger, 4th finger, moving back up to where we started, okay? So really straightforward, and the frets will be 7th fret on that D string, then it's 4th fret, 5th, 6th and 7th on the A, and then 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th on the D. And in terms of notes, we've got A, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, and then F sharp, G, G sharp, A. Okay, so that's every way of looking at it. In the picking hand, we're going to start with the 2nd finger and just alternate each time. So 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, okay? So when we start, 2nd finger there, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, skipping onto the D string, 2, 1, 2, and then we're back to it, okay? So just alternating 2, 1, 2, 1, or middle, index, okay? So that's the pattern of notes, and that's going to be the basic groove that we're going to head back to every time this hand starts getting tired. Okay, so now let's use a metronome and we'll take it fairly slow at 90 beats per minute, okay? So here we have that, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the groove that we're playing is all in 8th notes or quavers, so that's 2 notes per beat, okay? Which will count as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and you just want to be able to play that round and round. So now we're going to introduce 5 variations on that groove, which gives us 6 patterns altogether. Each pattern introduces a few more 16th notes into there, and the lines are all available in the PDF that you can download from the info below or from TalkingBass.net. So our first variation is going to sound like this, okay? So we've got... Okay, so we've got a 16th note there at the start on that A, and then we've got another one on the F sharp. So when we come back onto the D string, so both 16th notes are going to be on the D string. Okay, so with the metronome, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and make sure to keep track of which fingers are which. You want to keep an alternating pattern all the time. Don't play the same note on one finger there, and try not to rake across when you come back onto the string. So we've got 2nd finger there, 1st finger, for the 16ths. So we're coming back onto the second finger, okay? If you find that quite difficult, just isolate that movement. Okay? So try keeping that riff going for a while, and if you get tired, just go back to the original basic groove. If the tempo's too fast for you, just drop down to 80 or 70 beats per minute or whatever seems comfortable to you. Also, try experimenting with the placement of your picking hand. I tend to play closer to the bridge near here when doing this kind of line because you get that really defined middle heavy sound. If you play closer to the neck down here, get a lot more clanky and round sound, okay? Back here it's a lot tighter with the articulation. Okay? Now let's add the second variation, which slowly sounds like this. So we've just added two more double notes, okay? So we're starting again with the double note on that starting note, the A, and then we've got another double note on the C sharp, okay? Then two singles, and then on the E and the F sharp, we've got the doubles again, and then two singles to lead up. So it's double, double, single, single, double, double, single, single, double, double, single, single, double, double, single, single. Okay, so a little quicker. And a little quicker. Again, make sure to take notice of which fingers you're picking with. So we're starting with the second again, so 2, 1 on that double, 2, 1 on that double, so we're skipping back again onto the second. Then we've got 2, 1 there on the D and the D sharp, 2, 1 on the double, 2, 1 on the double, 2, 1, and then we're back around, okay? So. So this time when we're skipping from the E to the F sharp, we're actually landing on the second finger for that F sharp, whereas in the ones before we were starting with the first finger, okay? So just alternate each time, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Okay, so now let's try with the metronome. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and... So now we've added some more 16th notes. This will probably seem a little harder than the first variation. So just practice with the metronome until you feel comfortable with it. If you get tired and you feel that you're cramping up, just take a break for a couple of minutes, massage your hand, have a cup of coffee or something like that, then come back to the exercise and you'll be really surprised at how your hand feels a lot looser having a tiny rest. Now let's go for the third variation. This and the fourth variation are similar in that we fill up half of the bar with these 16ths. So the first half of the bar is going to be filled up in this one and the second half with the next one, okay? So for this one, we've got... Okay, so we've got double on the A, double C sharp, double D sharp, and then the rest of them are singles to lead up. And with the picking hand, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. When we get to the E, we've got the second, so this time when we're skipping onto the D string, it's going to be with the first finger. It's worth bearing these in mind, which finger you're using to skip the string, because when you build up speed, you'll use that to gauge whether you're actually keeping the alternation going. So now let's build up speed a little. And with the metronome, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, and 4. next variation is the same, but this time we're using singles for the first half of the bar and doubles for the second half of the bar. So it sounds like this. Okay, so slowly. Single, 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 double, 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 single, 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 double, 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 double. A bit quicker. Okay. As far as the picking hand goes, remember that because we're starting with a single, and then coming back onto a single, it's going to be the second finger for that A, and then when we come back onto the A string, we're using the first finger. Okay, so 2, 1, 2, 1, and then we've got the 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. So we'll be using the second finger to skip back onto the D. Okay, so 2, 1. So we're moving back on the first finger. Okay, so now with the metronome, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are obviously getting tougher each time. So remember to go for accuracy, don't just go for speed. You don't want a messy groove. The double notes need to be well articulated and the timing needs to be bang on. Try not to drag the feel. If you feel yourself slowing because of tiredness, either rest or try to a slower tempo and then just build up slowly. The final variation is really straightforward. It's just double notes on every note, okay? So here it is. Okay, so really straightforward. And remember that because we're back to the double note on that first note, we're going to be using the second finger to skip back onto the A string, okay? So a little bit quicker. And now let's try with the metronome. 2, 3, 4. And remember, if you get tired, you can just go straight back to the original groove, okay? So. Now, once we've got this exercise nailed, we can start to increase speed. So we're eventually going to aim to get to 120 beats per minute. But first of all, we'll just move up to 100, okay? So we're going to start with that basic groove. And I'm gradually going to introduce the variations, okay? So whichever variation that you're working on, that you feel comfortable with, or that you're wanting to push yourself with, you can emphasize that one, use that one more, okay? So here's the beat. So that's the home groove. Back to the home riff. Now I'll try a different variation. Back to the home. Okay, so the more comfortable you are with these and the more confident you are, the more ambitious you can be with putting these 16ths in, okay? So now let's move up to 110 and I'll just try a few variations at this tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. let's try 120 beats per minute. Okay? 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back at the home. Now we'll try all doubles. So this exercise isn't necessarily that useful in a creative sense, but it can certainly help in developing your stamina and your double note articulation. Okay, please like this vid and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Also check out talkingbass.net for more lessons, articles and downloads, and subscribe to the newsletter to receive the free scale reference guide ebook. Okay, see you later.